I'm Tiger John Cleek from Cleek's Lease-to-Own in Columbia, Missouri. I'm proud to have been elected as APRO's president, and my son John Jr. and I came up here to Ohio to be a part of the Ohio Rental Dealers Midwest Expo. They've got a tremendous turnout here, over 300 people. Mike Tissett and his staff have just done a fantastic job of putting this thing together. Everybody seems to be, the whole theme here is education, it's training, and it's interaction with fellow dealers, and they're doing a wonderful job. I'm having a great time. Well, I got a number of different goals, Merlin. One of the first things is we've chosen now our committee chairs, and each of the committees I'm going to pretty much make it a part of their goal is to get more members involved in the committees. We have to have, by our bylaws, a certain number of board members on all committees, but we have members that are eligible to serve in those committees. My whole theory is that as our members have more involvement in APRO, they'll have more ownership in APRO, and they can then become our future leaders, our future board members and officers. So that's one thing I want to work on. I want to make sure that I'm a good listener, that we're able to reach out and ask our APRO membership. You know, you guys have done a tremendous job with all of our online communications. We need to use that to its fullest so that our members can tell us what benefits do they want. Let's see what we can achieve together. And I want to make sure that we involve the old guys like me. You know, that some of the guys like Gary McDougall is a perfect example. Gary sold out his stores 4 years ago and retired. But 2 years ago, we needed Gary, and we needed him bad to work with the Congressional Black Caucus. And we called Gary up and said, Mac, we need your help. And Gary McDougall came to the call. And guess what? We're now one of the largest sponsors of the whole Congressional Black Caucus event. Guys like that, Wayne Chambers, a voluntary member of the board, honorary member. So there's a wealth of knowledge out there of people that have served on the boards in the past, and we need to keep them and involved in the process and let people know they're important to APRO. And then let's cultivate the new ones. Some of the people that didn't get elected this year to the board, I guarantee you they're going to be given an opportunity to be on committees and get them involved. And then the really key things that we need to work on in the very near future, Merlin, are our grassroots efforts. If there was ever a time that APRO members need to get out and work to get people elected to Congress, it's now. We have 95 co-sponsors of our federal legislation on the congressional side. Hey folks, it's important that all those people, they're all up for re-election. Those are the people that believe in what we do. So we need to take a grassroots approach to get those people re-elected. And we got 21 Senate co-sponsors. Let's work to get the ones of those that are up for re-election. So get involved in the process. That's something that's really critical, and we've done a wonderful job of doing that. We've obviously got a huge election coming up in November, and it's going to really change the scope of business depending on how it comes out. So I'm going to encourage everybody to do your homework. Find out who's involved, who's not, find out who is supportive of small business issues. I think sometimes we lose track of the fact we're all small business people. And so let's get involved. Let's be a part of the cure, not a part of the problem. And we can do that together. As we head down the road, we need to make sure that we're a unified industry. We're going to have a huge legislative conference next April. We need to make sure that everybody's on the same page and we're all working towards our common goals, because it's not going to happen that we're going to get legislation passed this session, but neither is there going to be any negative legislation passed. So what we've got to do is gear up for next year. I just had dinner the other night, Dan Cole and I did, with Congressman Lacey Clay. And Congressman Clay says, Tiger, what do you want me to do? Do you want a hearing? How do you want to approach this? This man is willing to listen to what we have to say and take our best thoughts and process forward into the next Congress. We've got a leg up on getting things going next year. We need to build on that. We need to build on it together. Mike and his staff have done a wonderful job putting this show together. And the idea that you're having rental dealers from 9 states here, and Mike, even though they're doing all the work, they're sharing the money with the people based on the amount of people that attend from each state, which is unheard of. It's never happened before. It's just another example of what a great industry we're in. I got on the APRO board in 1998 because I saw a need to help organize state associations. There was no need to reinvent the wheel every time this came along. I'm proud to say that now we've got over 30 state associations. I think it's like 36 states represented by 32 presidents. Not all of them are as good as this one, though. I mean, these guys have done a fantastic job. They've taken it to the next level, and Mike and his staff, his board, are to be commended for that, because it's a lot of work. And it's a vision, too. You know, he's got a vision about where this should go, and he's sharing it with everybody. Here again, that's the industry we're in. It's fantastic. Here, Mike, he's got his state representative came over here to cut the ribbon to start the show this morning. That shows their involvement. That's the type of thing that we can do throughout the country. That's important that we take those kinds of steps. You know, as APRO president, I'm just a small dealer. I got 9 stores, my son and I do. We're just listening to other people's ideas, sharing them with you. Going to do the best job we can to represent APRO. I'm going to get to as many state association meetings as I can, because state associations are the lifeblood of our industry. This is what fuels the fire, folks, and this is what we need, particularly on legislative issues, whether it's statewide or nationwide. It's state associations is where it all gets going.